Privyet again. My name is Jack. I simply cannot believe I've been dragged back into the nuclear apocalypse, not by my ankles, but by my Hello Kitty Crocs instead. You know why they call it Metro 2033? Because you turn 2033 degrees and walk away. Yeah, that makes complete sense, just like my editing. Alright, enough porn fluffing for the editor version of me. Can you beat Metro Last Light with only a knife? I'm sure you can guess the one and only rule. That's right, rule 1. I can only do all of the above to enemies with a knife.
Well,
It's that time of the month again because it's time to start the run. What better way to start this run than by sipping on some gin and tonic with the boys? Maybe they weren't boys at all, but beasts. In the bestial bloodlust born of a few too many drinks, you'd think I'd start blasting. Instead of blasting bullets, I blast air and run away, preferably screaming. Bad news bears, I just killed a man. Good news bears, it was with a knife. Unfortunately, this was just a dream. The only reason this was unfortunate is because I wake up. If I could just sleep a few more minutes, maybe the radioactive growth on my balls would take me to the land of eternal sleep and make believe. Ring ring.
Hello.
Generic mission giver number 6 is calling. He's got a mission for me. I've got to go to Olive Garden and root out the black mold taking over the infinite breadsticks. Speaking of Italians, did you see the trailer for the Super Mario movie? I can't wait to spend $60 to get into my local theater for a viewing. Oh, gross. A woman. And I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to have sex with her later. Even grosser. I just have to say, this game doesn't let me hold a knife. I've got to hit a button. Ugh. Listen, this woman may be a woman, but at least she takes me out into the next installment of Bethesda's famed series, The Elder Scrolls 6. Frankly, this part makes me a little uncomfortable. Chasing a dark-skinned child through his home as a white man is pretty frowned upon in the modern day. It's even worse when he gets shot. But I can't possibly be the bad guy. Look, I get kidnapped by Nazis and sent to a concentration camp. Oh right, a caveat to this French cuisine we are currently munching upon. This game has a stealth kill animation with the knife. That's a mystery mouse tool that will always come in handy. Stop, record scratch, zoom in, point to screen, wild effect. That's Pavel. Yes, that Pavel. No, not that one. He didn't do that. He will be important, so lock his face into your mind. Got it? Good, let's go. Every single cutscene makes me dread seeing a gun. I don't want to pick one up and become an American again. I was enjoying my break from the Empire State-sized medical debt. I was also enjoying my break from the dark because holy, it is dark. So dark that I'm gonna get angry and throw something. Oh, my bad, sir. It turns out Pavel is being taken to Fortnite, starring as the Primero skin on the next battle pass. I would be pretty upset about that too, buddy. Not even the most strict communist deserves a fate like that, though I should probably help him. After catching up with Pavel, I see he's just been hanging around waiting for me. I am tempted to leave him there to see if he'll die. I mean, we all die eventually, right? But hey, it's better to be betrayed later than betray a man now. Now we gotta go to Granny's house, fit with all the cobwebs and strange 8-legged oatmeal raisin cookies. Did you know Granny's house has an elevator? Nothing could ever possibly be wrong with this. Oh, those weird spider creatures? No, those are just my grandma's many cats. Don't worry. Oh look, that one's name is Murphy. The smell of cat piss gets stronger and stronger the deeper I go. That is, until I reach the dog furnace. All I have to do is activate the dog furnace and the cat smell starts to, smell like dog, I guess. After awakening from my editing-induced coma, I can smell the fresh air. Many people could probably tell you this challenge is easy, but could they tell you not to pick up random shotguns? Most likely, because this would happen. That's no good, so we're going to restart the entire universe just to fix a minor mistake. Now that we've skipped euthanasia class, we make it to flashback class instead. Today's flashback lesson is actually a guide on how to fly American Airlines to make sure as many people as possible are beaten to a pulp. Why didn't anyone realize a nuke would work best sooner? After cosplaying PETA to an almost scary degree, Pavel and I return to the underground. Supposedly, we're in the theater. I don't believe in such an idea. Otherwise, I have to acknowledge that the show tunes genre exists. Once I engage in necessary capitalism, I get to watch a show. I spend the next 10 minutes of my life getting an achievement. Just staring, watching, unmoving. Achievement unlocked. What do you call a foreshadow that happens right now? Because I am doing that by being betrayed by Pavel. Go Gadget Gulag. After Pavel is revealed to be a traitor, he wants me to betray my own people. With a bit of a spicy conversation, I learn that I'm just a man who was once a boy. That boy was once saved by a dark one. That means I can't be racist. You can't ban me for anything I say. Speaking of banning, I commit Sussy Among Us to escape. Then I have to liberate the blood from these communist veins. Some of them are really just awful to deal with, almost like they like having their blood where it belongs. Much like a white mother on Black Friday, I have to knife everyone who gets in my way so I can reach my Neon Genesis Evangelion figure. Get in the shopping cart, smart, Shinji. This run differs from the last run for one major reason. There is a lot of venting. One way this run does not differ from the last is friendship. Andre, the giant black Will Smith, appears to help me out again. All he did last time was pull me out of the communist gunfire, but here he gives me a car. I've graduated from a bitch to a bitch that overcompensates. It seems Thomas the Tank Engine had a bit of a rough night and needs a push. Unfortunately, I'm attacked by monkey dogs the entire way, as if my eyeballs were nothing more than bananas. After experiencing what it's like to get my organs sucked out of my body at Mach speed, I have to do a little trolling to help some poor souls out. Said poor souls ask me to help them with a bandit problem. I'm sorry, Preston Garvey, I don't really have the time. Maybe if I see them later, I'll do what's called a pro gamer move. I wonder if there are bandits back there. Well, if there was anyone here, there sure isn't anymore. Now I have to do what's called a water fear by calling a boat. You know, I really love the color green. After this part, it's only going to remind me of holding shift in cross country. It'll also remind me of being ruthlessly attacked by dogs of all shapes and sizes. I guess I should just call my channel Toddler Son, because that's apparently what I am now. Along the way to Venice, Italy, Russia, we have to deal with a bunch of freaky shrimps. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? I can't believe it. One thing I can believe is that a shrimp tries to beat my ass. Thankfully, I have what's called a knife. The whole part about the water fear takes place right below me when I fall into the water. I've secretly been following Pavel here the whole time. I managed to find him in a brothel where I also find women. With a bit of stealth, I managed to listen in on his conversation. A female asked me if I have any games on my phone, so I shut her up and then bust it down sexual style. After abandoning said woman, I have to wander back into the darkness. Little did I know, the darkness was my only friend. Parry this, you fucking casual. This part of the game also helps me show off the wonderful mechanic known as iframes. This version of Elden Ring seems a little more first person than I remember. Then I run into Pavel, who is wielding a revolver. Little does he know, I wield a knife. I am immune to damage. However, he gets away, so now I have to get away to everyone's favorite location, the surface of a Mars bar. Do you remember those shrimp rice fryers from like 2 minutes ago? This place is full of them. The game attempts to free itself from my mercy by gifting me a gun. How thoughtful, but I simply will not use it. So for the sins of my sins, the game instead forces me to install Windows 11. That is, if Windows 11 was a giant shrimp monster waiting to glue huff my organs dry. Luckily, I can do a little flamenco around this acid trip. This causes it to spin in a circle non-stop. But guess what? I spent 10 minutes on this section trying to knife a boss that simply would not die. Once I get to church, that's when I have to fight Satan himself. Call this a massive YouTube collaboration because my knife is going to collaborate with this thing's chest cavity. After cooking the greatest sushi known to man, I can finally say a shrimp fried that damned rice. That one woman meets me in the church. Thank goodness the church explodes the next day. It turns out the woman is also taken from me. It's time to be a real American in a basket because these British people won't shut the fuck up about me. However, if I don't knife them, they let me run past them effortlessly. They just watch me spin a wheel slowly. I just stand there and watch as they watch me. I would show you the epic boss fight, but I just run around. Then it just kinda dies. Now I have to traverse 2020 all over again. You can tell I'm in California, by the way, because everything is on fire. Congratulations, it's a baby Californian. After escaping the deadliest disease known to man, I also have to come to terms with the fact that I've saved a woman, and she wants to bust it down feminine style. I'm not into that, so leave me alone. Instead, I'd rather wander my ass down to the metro once again and drown in the waters of tuberculosis. It turns out this is not tuberculosis, but pure LSD. I see things no man was ever meant to see, like my memories. I'm reminded of how I failed the previous challenge run. I suppose it is brain confetti time. Actually, instead of brain confetti, I think it's train jumping time. Or, as my grandfather liked to call it, how he got to school every day of his life. But like a dog chasing cars, everything fucking explodes at the end. Now I'm stuck taking care of a creature that can force me to relive my memories. It even kind of looks like me, with the bulbous eyes and strange mandible jaws. Is this thing actually my son? Only one way to find out. Finally, we return to the outside world. We also return to my downfall, as easily as that is to return to. These next several missions are, as far as I can understand, dog shit, evident by my inability to stand on a train. But I won't be taking a bath for another 30 years. This one cleaned me so well, I no longer have any skin. After dealing with the Australian zoo, confined entirely into one bridge, it's back to beating up humans. This time you can call me the Doomslayer. As bullets pierce my skin, I start to realize just how handy it would be to be able to punch bullets. While jujuing on that Dougie, I continue to increase my kill count by the thousands. Now I am walking the streets of Red Square. It is called that because of all the blood. That blood is all mine, by the way. Here I may as well be a punching bag because this shit does not relent. After surviving a storm or 2 or 3, I have to survive a wave or 2 or 3. Since I am unable to fire a gun due to my chronic finger arthritis, I must wait for them to come to me. Once they do come, I am free of my therapist's stupid attempts at making me normal again. Pavel is immune to my knives. One thing that Pavel is not immune to though is bullets. A wise man once told me, from where you're standing, this looks like an 18-karat run of bad luck. I saved Pavel from the fate of death by infinite hand jobs. I shouldn't have done it, but here we are in Regret City. Actually, now we are in Regret Forest, fighting the Regret Bear. Previously, I said this radiation was here thanks to a nuclear holocaust against the Russian bear population. I was factually and officially wrong, because this bear is still very much alive. I wish it wasn't, and my knife will certainly try to make that a reality. Spoiler alert, God laughs at me. The stupid thing is, this fight is entirely possible with only a knife. However, you have to hoard your precious cocaine in a can. So having already lost the run to Pavel, I just shoot the bear to almost death. Like a dog playing poker, it runs away. It does not understand the concept of poker. After fist fighting a bear with bullets, it's time for a chill ending. I have to go on a journey into the mind. Don't ask me how long I kept walking down this hallway. In fact, don't ask about this hallway at all. Nothing happens. But now I get to play the game. No, I don't. I lied. I get to hide while everyone else plays the game. I'm just going to play another game. I do have to shoot a tank with a sniper. Once again, throwing knives do not work. I have to use the minigun to kill the pyro before he sends us all to Candyland. That's the only update you get. Come back in 6 years for more content. But guess what though? It was all for nothing because we get assaulted by Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, the one I helped out earlier, the piece of shit. Whatever should I do? Oh, I know. I'm gonna blow all of that shit up to high hell. And with that, I wasn't able to beat Metro Last Light with only a knife. But at least I have nothing else left to lose. Wait, what? There's a third game to play through like this? Well, it seems I'll just have to stay lucky. Thank you for watching.
Body's bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the word kill me, I don't need a new